This is Amber take 39. Yes, I've been doing this 39 times. I'm not your typical turn on the video, roll with it kind of girl. I am more scripted and well thought out. So this has been a bit of a challenge for me, but I'm super excited to share my story with everyone. My story takes place 26 years ago at Asbury College. I was a freshman there studying child psychology and dating a guy named David. David wasn't your typical, rule follower. He was more of a creative rule follower. He liked to be creative with his rules. So one of the things that he did all the time was he had this little pile of rocks underneath my window, and he would throw the rocks up to my window to get my attention. So one Sunday late evening, he was throwing rocks at my window while I was trying to study and get all my projects done, because that's what we did back then. We waited till the 11th hour to start anything that was due the next day. So I came down to see him, and he was sitting on this nice shiny red motorcycle. And if anyone knew me back then, you knew that I was scared to death of motorcycles. I did not like to ride them. It just was not my thing. So trying to be very supportive and impressive, I tried not to hurt his feelings, and I tried to, be nice and say, sure, I would love to go for a ride, hoping that we would just take a little quick stroll around Asbury's campus. We ended up taking a stroll around Wilmore, Kentucky, and then we decided that we were going to stroll down the hills of Kentucky. So if any of you know Kentucky hills, they're dark, they smell like cows, and there's a lot of mooing going on. So with that said, wasn't my favorite date that we had, but it was a most memorable one. So as we were strolling down the hills of Kentucky, up and down, all of a sudden the bike started to sputter. And, I thought the worst, but Dave got off the bike and he checked it and he said, oh, we're just out of gas and I'll just flip the reserve button. And I thought, oh, okay, I'm glad he knows what he's doing. So as he goes to flip the reserve button, he realizes that we were on the reserve. Yes, in the middle of nowhere, 45 minutes before my curfew's due. We're in the middle of nowhere, Cowland. So I began to panic, and to say the least. And he was like, no, we got this. We're just going to push the bike back to Asbury. Sounded like a great idea. We pushed the bike at the top of the hill, and then he said, we're going to push it really, really fast, and then we're both going to jump on, and we'll just coast down, for a good mile or so. So doing what he said, we pushed the bike to the top of the hill, and we got a nice big push. We started running. Well, he got on the bike, but I did not. I stayed at the top of the hill as he coasted down a good mile. So anyways, I had a long walk to catch up with him. If anyone knows me again, I am clearly afraid of the dark. I don't like dark, scary places, so I was not walking. I was running very, very quickly. And I finally caught up to him and a little upset with him. I was totally past curfew at this time. And but he was so much fun. We laughed and we pushed the bike back to Asbury. The reason for my story is that, yes, the man on the bike, the rock thrower, I married him. We've been married 24 years. And I guess that story that I shared was kind of like our life together. We've had some windy roads, bumpy roads, hilly roads, lots of obstacles, lots of mooing cows, but through it all, we've really stuck together, and we've been a great team. And he is the reason why I'm back at Asbury. He knows that I've always wanted to finish, so he pushed me to pursue my dream and to finish college. So I guess that this story means more to me than probably you, but it was just a fun way to share with you that even though life's journey is unpredictable and maybe not what you think that you are anticipating it to be, it's something that if you don't take the adventure, you just never know where you're going to wind up. So 26 years later, I'm back at Asbury with all of you and excited to continue this journey with you all and see where it leads me. Take care. Have a great night.